We're building faith, we're building bridges, and we are building lives.
Over the past several years, Faith Christians in the Church has been expanding our digital footprint. We live in a new era. The way we access content now has completely changed, making it easier for you, our viewers, to get the content you want whenever you want it. And as always, our platform has adapted to this new era. If the world is benefiting from these new methods of content creation, why shouldn't we as God's people? Our video on demand streaming has brought us to new heights and has empowered us with the ability to potentially reach millions across the world. But innovations are made daily, and as the world continues to move forward, so does the church. That's why I'm pleased to announce that we are rebranding Tag Team Thursday and our Wednesday night Bible studies as all new original podcasts. Same dynamic word, the same content you know and love, but now available on the go on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Pocket Cast, and so much more. Access to your favorite episodes can now be found on these platforms, and it's absolutely free to subscribe to our channel so you don't want to miss any of the upcoming episodes. Now remember, we're building faith, we're building bridges, and we are building lives. 4 years ago, we began a journey of early morning prayers that we call Wake, Pray, and Repeat. And today, I'm deeply moved by the dedication and unity that we've shown. Your presence, devotion, and harmony of our collective faith have been a testament to the power of prayer. I'm profoundly grateful to each and every one of you who joined us on this journey, making our early hours radiate with faith. Your commitment, unwavering faith along this journey have been a beacon of light. Your commitment to nurturing our spiritual bond and strengthening our collective faith is truly commendable. Witnessing the power of faith in action and the countless testimonies has been nothing short of miraculous. Your steadfast dedication and deep-rooted belief have not gone unnoticed by God. You know, Hebrews 6:10 says, "For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which you have shown toward his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister." Know that every prayer, act of faith, and your continued faithfulness will be rewarded. Let me invite others to join us each and every morning for our Wake, Pray, and Repeat prayer line and start the day anchored in faith and unity by calling the number that's listed on the screen, 267-807-9601, access code 298-581-777. Your presence will only amplify our collective faith as we seek the face of God, intercede for others, and fellowship one with another. Here's to countless more mornings filled with gratitude and connection. Now remember, we're building faith, we're building bridges, and we are building lives. This February, embark with us on a journey of love and transformation. This 29-day leap year devotional, yes, I did say 29 days. It's going to be a life-changing experience that will touch your heart and inspire your soul. Now, each day, you'll explore a different aspect of love, guided by timeless scriptures and powerful reflections. Discover how love can mend broken relationships, bring joy to your life, and make the world a better place. Experience the boundless love of God, which knows no limit, no boundaries. With a reflection point, a main point, and an application point for each day, you'll not only understand love, but you'll live it. Now join us on this transformative journey of love. Let's make February a month to remember. Now remember, we're building faith, we're building bridges, and we are building lives. In our busy lives, we often lose touch with the places that offer us peace and belonging. In a world filled with distractions, find your way back to faith. Maybe you felt something missing. This is your call to reconnect with your faith. It's a time to reignite your passion for the things of God in a supporting, uplifting environment. It's a time to renew your faith, where you rediscover the warmth and guidance of your faith. It's a time to reconnect with your church family that has missed you and can't wait to welcome you back. Have you been thinking, I'll go next week for too long? Let's make this week the week you walk back through the doors of Faith Christian Center Church at 3950 Point Parkway. Rejoin the church family that supports, understands, and grows together in faith. It's a time for you to return home. Now your journey back home begins right now. Now remember, we're building faith, we're building bridges, and we are building lives. Gwen and I understood our assignment based upon what God had told us to do and started Faith Christian Center Church. Now, of course, there were those who were naysayers who were on the outside looking in saying that God didn't tell you to do that, and God didn't say this, and God didn't say that. But we knew in our hearts that this was the assignment that God gave us. Now, I've come to find out later on, I didn't know originally, but there was even a bet that was placed that said that we wouldn't last for 90 days. Isn't that interesting that those in the body of Christ would bet against what God had told us to do? But because we knew our assignment, we were able to continue in faith, not knowing the outcome that would come. So listen, when God tells you to do something, you go right ahead and do it, no matter what others are saying. You just obey God. Now, while we were doing ministry that first year, I was still employed at ExxonMobil. And so after the first year, God speaks to me again and tells me, he said, Carlton, I need you to trust me in one more area. He said, I know I can trust you to go where I tell you to go, to do what I tell you to do, but there's one area that I need you to trust me again. He says, I need you to trust me to be your source. I need you to go full time in ministry. He's asking me to leave ExxonMobil, this secure job, to go full time in ministry, not knowing the outcome. And that's what Gwen and I, we talked about it and prayed about it. And I knew that I had a witness in my heart that this was what God wanted me to do, to go full time in ministry, not knowing the outcome, but I knew that God was my source. You know, after the first service, with all of our friends and family who were there, we knew that we couldn't be moved by what we see, because after the second service, all of the people left, and it was just a handful of us. But we knew what God had placed on our hearts. And so even though we could not see the numbers there, more empty seats than people, I told them to fill a whole ballroom up with chairs. I did not care that people were not showing up. I knew the assignment that God had for our lives, and we said that we're going to believe God in the not knowing state.